Today we're going to go game by game, matchup by matchup, and try to find that jabroni player that might exceed expectations, that could help us in fantasy football. That player that will surprise us on Sunday, going off that we were not expecting. Most of these players are not going to hit, but this is a video to help you set your lineups. If you're hurting, if you're looking for an option, we're going over a player in each game. So this is going to give you a good batch of players to look at. So pick the one you like the best, throw them in the lineup, see what happens. But if all these guys hit, then I'm doing a disservice. So most of these guys are just lottery ticket upside plays, backup players who might see some extra snaps this week that could go off for you. But before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now. We're going over the must-starts tomorrow. Those guys you want to start, those guys you want to add into those lineups. On top of that, we're going deep on the waiver wire. We're doing deep dives every day. Click that subscribe button. Stop missing out. Ric Flair's watching. You do not want to disappoint Ric Flair back there. But we're going to start off Houston Texans, Jacksonville Jaguars. We got a 44 over-under. Trevor Lawrence is back. Tank Bigsby's off the injury report. He's coming back. And like I've been saying in the waiver wire videos these last couple weeks about Tank Bigsby, he's an up and down running back. He's kind of got that Quentin Johnston effect where he'll score some in the box score. You wished you started him. But if you bench him, he'll break your heart. And if you start him, he'll break your heart. He's that type of player. However, if you're hurting that bad at the running back position, if you're hurting that bad at flex, you're wanting a running back that's getting some touches, you got to make that gamble. Here you go. Tank Bigsby will be getting some touches. He's an up and down running back. And you'll see that down here with the points scored on the season, all the way from 0 to 7 to 9 to 25 to 23, 10 to up and down. He can get it on any given Sunday. He can also bust in your lineup on any given Sunday. But here's an option. Titans and Commanders. Titans on the road, and the Commanders love to push the ball downfield. They're very aggressive. And if this game can break, which it has the potential to do so, we got a 44.5 over-under. Nick Westbrook, the touchdown scoring machine, could be in line for another touchdown. The odds are saying that we should regress to 0 touchdowns soon, but we're hitting. We're steady with those touchdowns. So you may want to just ride it. Ride that wave. We're getting about 5 targets a game right now. It's up and down between there, but still a good moving average for that. And about a touchdown a game over his last 6 or 7 games here. Nick Westbrook, if you're looking for upside in this matchup, here you go. This is a guy that you can put a gamble on. Trey Benson every single week. He's getting some touches. He's getting some work, especially if they're in a position where they can use him a little bit more. He can score it from anywhere on the field. He's got that 4.3 speed. He's getting the touches behind James Conner. Could be a surprise option in your lineup this week. Not a guarantee. Remember, jabroni player that could surprise you. So if he hits, it's a surprise, not a guarantee. Calvin Austin hit last week with some production. Russell Wilson has to go somewhere else with the ball. Can't just go all the way to George Pickens every single time. We love it. But Calvin Austin has that speed to burn. He's starting to rack up more targets. Look at this in his most recent game since week 6. 5, 4, 4, 6, 2, 3. We're starting to get some consistency. Snap share starting to elevate a little bit. Could be a nice piece for the Steelers down the stretch. We got a 47.5 over under here with the Bengals. A nice rivalry game. You're going to have to get tricky. You're going to have to get creative with how you move the football. Calvin Austin could be in line for more targets here. Braelon Allen against the Seattle Seahawks. We got a 42 over under. Breece Hall's coming in banged up. However, Friday's practice reports saying that he's coming out running routes instantly in practice. Look for Breece Hall to play. That doesn't mean there won't be a reduction in snaps and touches. Braelon Allen could see a little bit of an increased role. He's good between the tackles. He could accidentally score a touchdown for you. We're due. It's been since week 8 since he scored a touchdown, and there are random games where he gets double-digit touches, and he'll get work in the passing game. One of the top handcuff running backs in football right now. Ray McCloud for the Falcons. And we got a 47.5 over-under against the Chargers. And he is the ancillary piece in this passing offense that randomly hits. And he gets targeted on a fair clip. About the 4 to 5 targets per game. Earlier in the season, he was about 5 to 8 on average, pushing 9 in some games. That being said, if they got to get creative with the ball, Ray McCloud could be a sneaky fantasy option. Now we're looking at Colts and Patriots. Antonio Gibson is starting to get more work here. His snap share increased. His work rate increased a little bit over these last few games. He catches balls out of the backfield. Could be in line for extra work against the Colts. That could be a sneaky option for you. Jalen McMillan runs a lot of routes, sees a lot of opportunity in this offense. Mike Evans is back, but this is a good matchup against the Carolina Panthers for him to get right. He's been a bust with Chris Godwin out, but there's a lot of upside in this offense. This offense will push the pace. They will spread the ball around. He's in on a lot of the snaps. He's running a lot of the routes with a high route participation rate. Jalen McMillan is a guy that could be a sneaky asset for your fantasy team. 46.5 over-under in a good matchup this week. Marquez Valdes-Scantling. He's a huge upside play. We got the Rams 49.5 over-under. He's either going to go to the moon or hit the floor, but we've seen the upside already in back-to-back games with the Saints. Why not again? They got to push the ball somewhere in MVS. Deep threat city. Rashod Bateman. Similar to MVS, he goes off on any given Sunday, but can be a down or two. 50.5 over-under against the Eagles. So this is a matchup where the ball is going to be pushed. Rashod Bateman could be getting some targets here. He's averaging about 5 targets a game. It's about a moving average. Sometimes more than that. Sometimes a little less. But he is getting the deep ball. If we can bring in one of those deep balls, maybe even 2, we're looking at a splash game. Curtis Samuel against the Niners. This is a tricky defense, and you got to get creative against them. We got a 44 over-under. He got that work last week. 60% snap share, 6 targets. The week prior, 89% snap share and 8 targets. He gets those targets around the line of scrimmage. This is a matchup where you could see him get a little bit of extra work because you got to go through your progressions. Things are going to be locked down. This could be a sneaky option for you as well. Troy Franklin. Honestly, everybody's looking at Vele. Everybody's looking at Courtland Sutton. There's only a few guys to look at for the Browns, and we're always looking at them. Well, we got to get very sneaky here because some of you guys are in deeper leagues, and the Browns wide receivers rostered. The top Broncos wide receivers rostered. Troy Franklin can get away with scoring fantasy points for your team. He's getting targeted on 22% of his routes. He's seeing good opportunity. His snap share is around 40%, making him a sneaky option for deeper leagues, 16-plus teams. If you're really hurting that bad, Troy Franklin could be in line for a moment where he crosses the goal line on any given Sunday due to that action around the red zone. But those are the sneaky plays going into Week 13. Let me know what jabroni you got to start this week. I want to hear about it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button on the way out. I want to thank you for watching. Catch you on the next video.